If Donald Trump becomes the president of the United States, it is only because of the Democratic Party. Period. So the ongoing saga of Hillary Clinton's emails and Director Comey doing what he's doing. The investigation has the FBI has indicated that they are moving as quickly as they can to resolve this issue. However, it does not appear that this is going to be resolved by next Tuesday. What it does appear that it is the effects of this, regardless of the outcome, will be felt before Tuesday, because the momentum that was behind Hillary Clinton has now waned, and the momentum seems to be swinging to Donald Trump. The question is it swinging hard enough for him to actually overcome the insane hurdle that he had to overcome, the deficit that he had facing Hillary Clinton? I doubt it very seriously, but time will tell. So just in terms of the context of the conversation, like, we know the facts of the story. This is, we talked about it yesterday, but I've been thinking about this thing all day long, particularly with how hard the DNC, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Donna Brazile, and all those other leaders worked to force Hillary Clinton down the throats of the Democratic Party and everybody. I mean, and I don't agree with everyone who thinks that every single political calculation and step is an indication of treason and blasphemy and the ultimate form of corruption. I do think that clearly Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile engage in not only unethical behavior, well, I guess I can't say illegal, because it was, it's not a matter of legality. It's just a matter of just doing things that are reprehensible. The reason I say this is because we have gotten lost in the flood of the WikiLeaks, where we're looking at some things that are just gossip. We're looking at some things that are simply politics as usual, and we're getting caught up on that. And then there are these moments in the WikiLeaks that come out and show us exactly what we've been talking about. And it shows us how much the DNC actually was in the bag for Hillary Clinton. And then it shows us exactly how many rules they bent and broke to help Hillary Clinton win. Then you put it in context of the fact that the FBI is now doing whatever they're doing. Like it, love it, hate it, it would not exist if we were not running a candidate who was under investigation by the FBI. And the only reason we're running a candidate that is underneath an investigation by the FBI that won't go away, it's because the party people made it that way. They forced her down the throats of the Democratic Party. I said all that to say this. If Donald Trump manages to overcome the ridiculous deficit that he's under, and manages to become the president of the United States, it is nobody's fault but the Democratic Party. Period. Donna Brazile, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the entire team Hillary, the entire MSNBC staff, everyone who was complicit, Jamil Smith, all the black journalists who were indicated are implicated in the WikiLeaks, all the non-black journalists, all the white journalists, everyone who conspired and were complicit in this strategy to ramrod Hillary Clinton down the throats of the Democratic Party. You would be responsible for Donald Trump being president. And that has never been more clear than right now because of everything that has come out. I'm not particularly a fan of WikiLeaks for other reasons. But I will say this about WikiLeaks. They have absolved Bernie Sanders supporters of any responsibility to President Donald Trump. And for that, WikiLeaks, you most certainly get an applause. Any responsibility whatsoever, whatever happens to Hillary, to the nation at this point, it only happens because we ran a candidate who cannot win. Let me rephrase that. She actually can win. She should win. I expect her to win. And when I say she should win, I mean the electoral map is in her favor. I expect her to win. But this Hail Mary that the FBI threw in the fourth quarter, man, is insane. It is. I disagree with the method in which they should have done this in July, right? They should have ended this in July. And Director Comey is not acting within precedent. So I am not in favor of his method, but it is what it is. It's out there now, and the polls are reflecting that the gap is closing. The only thing saving Hillary Clinton's butt right now is the fact that she has such a tremendous lead over Donald Trump. That's it. This is, can I say it again? Can I say it again? Yes, I can. I'm going to say it again. If Donald Trump becomes the president of the United States, it is only because of the Democratic Party. Period. It is not the fault of Bernie Sanders. It is not the fault of Bernie Bros. It is not the fault of the Green Party, who's only getting like 2% anyway. It's not the fault of people like me who are not going to tote the party line, right? It's not the fault of any of us, because what you needed for Hillary Clinton to slide on in was a candidate as repulsive as Donald Trump and an entire media machine complicit and co-conspiring with manipulating the results in the primaries. If you need all of that for a candidate to win, maybe, just maybe, you should not be running that candidate. So I have my reasons for, and I'll just be straight. I said it before. There's no mystery around my beef with WikiLeaks. My beef with WikiLeaks is you should be sharing something. If you're going to share this indiscriminately, you should be sharing on every single party, because that shows me that you're not necessarily this, you're not an unbiased arbiter, right? You're not an unbiased player without an agenda. You have a very express agenda, and I guess it could be understood because Hillary Clinton wants to kill your leader. Okay, I can understand. You got an agenda. I got it. But I absolutely hate people and organizations. I don't care what side of the equation they fall on. I absolutely despise people who disguise what they're doing as unbiased journalism when their heart and their motivation is purely partisan. And WikiLeaks is purely partisan right now. They have not always been that way, but they have a horse in this race, and their horse may not be let's elect Donald Trump. Their horse is we have to stop Hillary Clinton. Well, then say that expressly. But my thing is, if you're doing real journalism, you're going to hit every single angle, every single side. That's me. You don't have to agree. You don't agree. If you don't agree with me, I guarantee you this, I'll call you on it right now. If they were doing this exact same thing, if they were exposing the Green Party emails and you saw how dirty the Green Party's inner workings and inner machinations really are, you would be pissed with WikiLeaks. Right. So, don't come at me because you're like, oh, they're doing a good service. They're only doing a good service in most of your eyes because they're doing something going against a person that you don't like and a person that you don't want to be president. So that's why you see it that way. But if they released the same exact type of information, because I guarantee you there are some bad communiques between every political party and their operatives. If they did that, you would not look so fondly on WikiLeaks. I look at WikiLeaks and I just say, you're really dropping the ball from a journalistic perspective, because you should be pursuing something. I don't even see them. I haven't even seen them solicit anything on Donald Trump. And everybody was like, oh, well, it's okay because everybody is doing that. No. I don't want somebody else to do my job. My job is to bring the truth, find the truth, and deliver the truth no matter where it hits. And that's my beef with WikiLeaks. Now, all that being said, they have done a great service to the Bernie Sanders supporters and the people who knew something was wrong all along. And they have washed our hands 100% clear and free. This, if Donald Trump, and I don't expect him to win. Right? The data just doesn't reflect that. He has too big of a hurdle to overcome. I do not expect him to win. However, if he does, I will say thank you, WikiLeaks, because you have shown America that it is nobody's fault but the Democratic Party and the Democratic operatives who twisted every single arm, contorted into every position, manipulated every single identity, played every underhanded game, even to the extent of sharing debate questions in order to help Hillary Clinton win. So thank you, WikiLeaks.